Hey guys, it's Steve here. I'm going to do a different mock draft today instead of just doing the same thing each time. This time I'm going to do a Chiefs mock draft and I'm going to pick best player available at position of need. So I'm going to go by the Draft Network's board, and when our pick is up, we're going to take it, and whatever they say our draft need is, that's the position, a position we're going to draft. Whoever's ranked at the top of their board, who fits the position of need, is the player we're going to take, and we're just going to let it go that way and see how all 7 rounds turn out by doing that. And so um, we're going to decline all trades. I won't make any offers. All right, so top player valuable is Greg Rousseau, and he's an edge, and that's one of our team needs. And so we're going to take Greg Rousseau. It's just going to be a simple exercise here. I don't expect this mock will take us very long, and so we'll do this one, and maybe we'll go through and do a second one, maybe with some trades, and do the same principle though. Best player valuable at our trade spot. Okay, so safety is not a need that's listed on here, but linebacker is, and so linebacker is Davis is the first player who fits a position of need according to our team needs here. So we're going to draft Davis, and this is just what we'll keep doing. Maybe we'll do a second one, and we'll make some trades and then do this same thing and see how it can shake out that way. Okay, we already got our linebacker. This is going to be weird. Tight end is next one up, and that fits a team needs. So Tommy Trimble it is. At this rate, we're not going to get our offensive tackles, though, or our interior offensive line. All right, we're coming up to pick 136 here. And we've already picked our edge. The top 3 players left are edge players. Then the next one is cornerback. So here we go. Cornerback was listed as a position of need. All right, now we're at 144. Edge, 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 safety, edge, edge. Look at all the edge players that are available here. Running back, edge. All right, there we go. Offensive tackle. Where'd you go? Walker Little, who I like. I do like Walker Little. All right. So let's see how our next pick shapes up. We're still missing interior offensive linemen, interior defensive linemen. I think they had 2 interior offensive linemen listed for us. I'm surprised, though. They must be counting on Niang being an offensive tackle for us now that both Fisher and Schwartz are gone. I think they would elevate that. Okay, so again, we've already filled the edge position. The next player after Jonathan Cooper is Anthony Schwartz, who's wide receiver. We got all these wide receivers here, but wide receiver is a team need, so that's what we're taking. We're going best player available at a position of need. Now, in real life, I think there would be some kind of weight for the position and not just doing a literal black and white position. Best player available at a position of need. I think there would be some kind of ranking to that. All right, so we have interior offensive line and defensive line left. 2 interior offensive line and 1 defensive line. So we're going to go down and look for interior offensive line or interior defensive line. So the first player we come up to that fits one of those billings, and it looks like it's Bobby Brown III out of Texas A&M. Welcome to the Kansas City Chiefs. If you guys have any other crazy ideas for drafts, mock drafts, I'm willing to entertain those thoughts and just have some fun here. And some of it is we learn about new players or different players. If you're like me, you have a tendency to fall in love with a certain draft crush, and kind of get carried away there. So it's kind of nice to hear new names and players and broaden our horizons. So I believe that was the last pick. They still have not added in the 6th round pick that we're getting from the Dolphins in the trade for DeAndre Washington, the running back. And so we're shorted a pick here. So with that said, our draft ended up being Rousseau, Davis, Trimble, Williams, Little, Schwartz, and Brown. And I'm going to be honest here. I really like this draft. Just going through and picking the best player available at a position of need. And so I'm going to label this BPA, save it, and we'll start a new one this time. And what I'll do this time instead is we will start at our needs and work our way that way. So we'll do best player valuable at our greatest need, and then best player valuable at our second greatest need, and so on and so forth. And we'll see how this one turns out. So that would put us, our first pick will be offensive lineman, and we'll see if we have to reach. We might not have to. Veach, if Veach was here in real life, I think he probably would have maybe pulled the trigger there to jump up and trade with someone to get Elijah Vera Tucker once he fell to 24 or so. All right, so we're going to be looking for offensive tackle here. Liam Eichenberg, welcome to the Kansas City Chiefs. I apologize, I did not get the speed for this draft up to fast. And so it's a huge, boring waiting game now. All right, so our second selection, I'm thinking, is interior offensive line, if I remember the rankings correctly. Interior offensive line. Is that correct? Let's see. Yes, so, hey, and what do you know? Top person on there, interior offensive lineman, Landon Dickerson. And then I think our next one is linebacker. So we'll see who's available at linebacker at pick 94. Almost there. Almost there. Will someone good fall? All right, nope, I'm wrong. It's wide receiver here. So wide receiver with our next pick. The best wide receiver available according to their draft rankings is Tywin Lewis or Wallace. Right here, I'd definitely, if I weren't doing this mock draft this way, I'd probably be taking Spencer Brown instead. But it is what it is. So wide receiver, Tywin Wallace. So, and then our next pick will be linebacker. So we're coming up here. Spencer Brown is still there. And there he goes to the Browns. Spencer Brown to the Browns. That's funny. All right. Pick 136 is coming up here soon. And we'll be apparently reaching for a linebacker. All right, linebacker. Who is our top rated linebacker? Charles Snowden. Oh man, that's a terrible pick. This is the problem with going literal. But at the same time, it also gives a great illustration of why you don't literally pick best player available. Like, that's not, you just can't do that. It's just a silly black and white philosophy to get stuck behind. So our next pick is interior defensive line. So that would be Darius Stills out of West Virginia. Then again, without making any trades here, because the Draft Network has not added in the Chiefs trade from the Dolphins. We're missing 6th and 7th round picks. I believe that is it. All right, we got one more left. 175. Oh, and 81. All right, so 175 tight end. Next player on our list is tight end. So Trey McKitty out of Georgia. Welcome to the Kansas City Chiefs. And then with 181, we are picking edge. Shaka Tony, welcome to the Kansas City Chiefs. So, just going best player available at the greatest position of need, and then the next greatest position of need, and then the next greatest position of need will yield us this draft haul. Eichenberg, Dixon, Wallace, Snowden, Stills, McKitty, and Tony. I think there's some guys that probably wouldn't necessarily fit. I think Snowden is a good character guy, but I don't think he would fit what we want to do, especially. He's 6'6". If he bulked up, he'd probably be better as a defensive end, but all right. So that is it for our draft picks in this draft. So not too bad. I think there are some people that would be happy with some of these picks in here. So I think that's gonna do it for these two mock drafts, and I guess we can go ahead and throw in a third one here. We're only at 13 minutes, so we can throw in a third one. And maybe for this one, I think we're gonna throw some trades in. We can accept trades, and we can offer trades. No, don't care about that. I would think about entertaining that. Sure, let's do that. I will limit myself to, we'll say, 4 trades. How about that? Okay. I think he can be a great guy next to Jones, and he's on our position of need. So we will take Barmore. All right, as we come up to pick 163, it looks like the linebackers have started to fall. Do I risk being able to get Hudson at 72? Or with pick 70? That is the question. You know, I think I'm not gonna take the risk and just grab Hudson now. And hope that my linebacker. Oh, and the Bengals grabbed Moses one pick before we could grab him. Okay, well, interior offensive line is a need, and so we'll take Josh Myers. And those might be the two most important picks the Chiefs make. Getting those right. So we're at 79. And the linebacker is the top as our second strongest one as a need. Though I do think that they will grab a wide receiver of some kind of at least average talent level in free agency. They got to replace Sammy, and I don't think McColl's there yet, and I don't think Pringle can do it. And they're going to need someone who can come in and start and fill in for Sammy. And that's not going to be a rookie. Tyreek didn't do it as a rookie. Mecole didn't do a whole lot as a rookie. He was kind of thrust in there with some injuries, but he didn't do a whole lot as a rookie. And so I would expect that's a position that they're going to, after offensive line, that they're going to prioritize filling. Okay. I think there are some guys that we can fill these other positions, especially wide receiver, cornerback. Let's see where we're at. What tight ends do we have? Nothing that I want to take right here. I think we can pick up an edge with our next pick. I think we can pick up a wide receiver. I think we can pick up tight end later on. So at this point, I think I'm just going to take Thomas out of Michigan and get that cornerback off the board there. Okay. Let's take Ellerson Smith. Nah. I think let's try a trade. Let's try a trade with the Jets. I want to make this pretty quick. I don't want to waste a whole lot of time here. Yeah, they don't have a whole lot to offer me, though. Probably they want to offer. Alright, let's try the Jags. The Jets and the Jags are kind of my go-tos for stuff. Move back 1 spot, move up 5 spots in the 5th. That's not a huge offer. Let's try it a couple times. Alright, we're going to pause really quick. Alright. I'm going to counter that one. I want 169. Or give me 169. I have 169, 170. I mean, they're going to have to give me something else. I mean, that's 24 spots back, and a 6th rounder next year doesn't do anything for me. Alright, I've used up 2 of my trades. Let's check out the Eagles. See what they're willing to give up. Alright, not very much. Alright, Saints. Oh, I should have traded with the Saints earlier, because they will do some dumb trades. At least in this system. And so, I should have been on that earlier. So will the Washington football team at times. Really moving back 18 spots. They won't even give up a 7th rounder. Alright, maybe nobody just likes anybody that's on the board here. So I don't want to waste too much time trying to find a trade partner if there isn't a trade partner. Because nobody's wanting to give up anything of value here, seemingly. Yeah, I can't even get 6th or 7ths from people. The Dolphins. I don't even have anything left. Sometimes the Chargers or the Titans. Nope. Alright. Nobody wants to trade with us. That's completely fine. Oops, sorry. So, we'll take our best player here, and man, there's players I just like better later on. So I'd rather have a pick, but nobody just in a trading mood. Alright, so we'll just bite the bullet and take Ellerson Smith. Just sake of brevity, let's get this done and over with. Alright, wide receiver and tight end are our last 2 picks here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Speed Demon and Schwartz. Oh, there goes Trey McKitty. Alright, that only left tight end, and the tight end that was left that I liked just got taken, and so at this point I think we would just go UDFA route to add a tight end. And so with the remaining picks, let me see how many picks. I'm not going to make a trade. I just want to see how many picks I have left. Okay, I have 2 picks left. So we're just going to do those based on whoever's left on the board. Just a recap of the picks that we did take. All right. So I would say at this point, I'm looking at, I'm going to take a shot at Wiggins. It's not listed as a need, but I think defensive back, especially any versatile ones, are a great addition. And so with our last pick here, I'm going to look at a player to double up with. And so whether that is a offensive tackle or edge player, I really like, other than the injury stuff, this kid. See, he's loaded with physical traits. I like that. There's part of me that has a little Al Davis to me, and so I like athletic guys, toolsy guys. And if you have a good enough coaching staff and they have a great enough desire to not rest on their athletic ability and to dominate, then I think it can go well. And so Ely's kind of a big guy. And he fits his own blocking scheme, and so those are some positives. But again, he's raw, and that can be fine with the Chiefs signing someone in free agency for a couple of years or so. So I'd be torn right here. I'm torn between Ely and Kando. I hope I said his name right. I really like his possibility here. I'm going to think that we should be, in addition to filling Okafor's spot, that we should be thinking post Frank Clark era. So I'm going to go ahead and double up on edge players, and I'm going to let that be it for our draft. And this will be our third and final mock draft today, and I'll try to come up with some other creative rules that I have to follow in my mocks. And if you can think of some, if you want to leave them in the comments, if you want to suggest some players for me to watch film on, to dig into deeper, I would very much appreciate that. That would be totally welcome. Thank you guys for taking the time as we did these 3 mock drafts today. Here in a second, we're going to have our recap of the final one, and then we'll sign off. Just a few more picks here. Okay, so we made 2 trades. So we picked up some extra picks there, one with the Eagles and one with the Jaguars. And so we passed on Eric Stokes in his 4.2 5.40 time. And because we passed on Eric Stokes, we were able to pick up Christian Barmore, Josh Myers, and Anthony Schwartz out of that trade, which I think I would take 9 out of 10 times, even though I'm totally intrigued by Stokes as a prospect. And so this is what our draft ended up with. Again, for me, this is one that I really like as well. And so these have kind of been fun to have these different little rules. And to see what kind of players that we can get. So that's going to conclude our mock drafts today. Again, shoot me some ideas, and we'll use those next time, and we'll have some fun with just doing some mock drafts while we wait this slow off season. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Leave your comments, your suggestions in the comments, and we'll see what